Alright, yes guys, welcome to the stream. So, I'm speaking to you guys watching on YouTube after the trade has already played out. And today, for price, is interesting. I've got the top step accounts loaded and the live account is ready. So, by looking at price today, you can see that we've traded back to an unfilled 15-minute bearish imbalance. We've swept London and Asia highs. The draw on the 4-hour time frame was bullish out of the 4-hour bullish unfilled imbalance, which we traded out of, and now we traded into a questionable imbalance here on the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, we are in a 1-hour bearish fair value gap. ES, on the other hand, has pretty much inversed that 1-hour bearish gap here, and then the 1-hour bearish gap that is above for ES is also this level and that point of buy side. As of now, I have a 50-50 bias because price is a little all over the place. We're currently in a 1-hour bearish fair value gap. Therefore, I'm going to assume it gets respected unless it gets inversed in 5 minutes. If it gets inversed in 5 minutes, I'm then going to expect the draw to be this previous high, which I'm just going to look to mark out now. So an inverse of that 1 hour would indicate that price is going to draw towards 417.50. Yes, you could take a continuation model to target that high if you get an internal sweeper sell side, but I'm not personally going to take that trade. I'd rather wait for price to meet the draw and then look for an opportunity for shorts out of that 1-hour bearish gap there. So as of now, preferably I'm looking for shorts. I want to see these two bullish 1-minute gaps get inversed along with a market structure shift lower, and I can look to target discount of the move higher inside of the New York AM session. If we get no trades, we get no trades, but I'm going to monitor 3 of the macros today, first, second, and third, and we will see what we get. Okay, so that 1-hour bearish gap has been respected. However, price is now drawing towards that point of buy side. As of now, we maintain a bearish SMT from this previous high on NQ. ES took the high, NQ hasn't. We've tapped the 1-hour bearish gap on both pairs. So it'll be interesting to see whether we get a bearish SMT from this point for NQ, inverse this 1-minute bullish gap, and then see a shift in market structure lower. That would be a bearish breaker, displacement. That's exactly what we'd be looking for inside of this macro. So let's see whether we get anything inside of this macro or not. If not, no worries, we won't take any trades. Okay, so far inside of this first day of macro, there has been literally nothing for us to take here. So let's wait for the second day of macro, which is at 10:45 AM. I'm going to see whether we get any opportunities to take. If not, no worries. And then we can also wait for the lunch macro today as well. So 2 more potential macros that we might get a clean opportunity. If not, no worries. Alright guys, so we took a short position off this 1-minute bearish gap paired with that mitigation block inside of the second day of macro. Caught this on the top step account and the live account as well. Currently floating up 3.5k. And I got my TP at the first objective there. So once we tap that low, alright, it's been taken.
Order filled.
Got taken on ES, so I'm closing out of that trade. That's it guys, TP smashed. We're out for a 31 handle gain on that trade. Easy gains. And that concludes the session for Monday. So I'm done for the day now guys. Obviously we caught this trade inside of the second day macro. It was a little difficult to identify, but you can see that price cleanly displaced lower. And what we've seen is that we had this unfilled 1-minute bearish gap paired with that mitigation block. And price traded back into, as you can see, the 5-minute bullish fair value gap. And the reason why I took this with half size, we also had a draw lower for the unfilled 15-minute bullish gap. So trading out of the 5-minute bullish gap is going against our trade. Therefore, I took this with half position size with 6 contracts instead of 12. And I entered short of the mitigation and this 1-minute bearish fair value gap. My entry was a little later, so it was just below this bearish gap here. The entry should have been at the tap on this gap at 420, but I ended up getting a fill around 415. It's not a problem at all. And then I went to target that previous low. I got a 1 to 2 from that previous low, and that's initially it. Caught that on the top step accounts and also on the live account as well. So that concludes the overall session for today. So the trade that we took, we traded back into a 1 hour bearish fair value gap. As you can see there, we swept that point of buy side, and then we've seen a clean shift in market structure prior to the macro, and then we retraced back to a premium of that displacement lower for price, and then we entered short to target that previous low on NQ. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow for the AM session on Tuesday.